If you are over the age of 70 and you have noticed that your cholesterol numbers keep going up instead of down, you are not alone. And this video might finally explain why. According to large population studies, over 60% of adults above age 70 are walking around with elevated LDL cholesterol. And here is the most frustrating part. Many of you are doing everything right. You are avoiding fried foods. You aren't eating red meat every night. You are choosing the foods that your doctors recommended to you 20 years ago. Yet, your arteries continue to narrow. Your blood pressure creeps higher, and statistically, the risk of a heart attack doubles after age 75. Why is this happening? It is because one specific food, a food that has been labeled heart healthy for decades, can actually raise cholesterol in older adults. Not because it's junk food, but because aging changes how your body handles it. If you ignore this change, the price may be your independence or even your life. But if you fix it, the results can be immediate. Now, I want to be very clear. What I am sharing with you today is not internet speculation. This is not a fad diet. This warning comes from cardiologists and leading lipid researchers who have spent 25 to 40 years treating older patients. These are experts who have reviewed thousands of cholesterol panels and tracked long-term outcomes in seniors just like you. Take, for example, Dr. Stephen Nissen. He is a leading cardiologist and a former president of the American College of Cardiology. Experts like him have repeatedly warned that dietary advice must change with age. What works for a 40-year-old does not work for an 80-year-old. In clinical practice, doctors who understand this shift have seen cholesterol improve in up to 70% of their senior patients. And the amazing thing, they didn't do it by adding more statins or increasing medication dosages. They did it by simply removing the wrong, healthy foods from the diet. So let's dig into the science of why this happens. To understand why this food becomes dangerous after 70, we have to talk about your metabolism. There is a biological reality we have to face. The body at 75 is not the biological equivalent of the body at 45. As you age, 4 critical changes happen inside you. Liver clearance slows. Your liver is the filter that pulls cholesterol out of your blood. As we age, that filter gets a little slower and less efficient. Insulin sensitivity drops. Your body struggles more to process sugars and carbohydrates without spiking insulin. Gut bacteria changes. The microbiome in your digestive tract shifts, altering how you absorb fats. Inflammation increases. Your baseline level of inflammation, the fire inside your arteries, naturally goes up. This means your body becomes less efficient at handling certain types of fats. Foods that might have helped lower your cholesterol when you were 50 can actually trigger higher LDL and triglycerides when you are 70. This isn't your fault. You aren't failing at your diet. This is just biology. And the food we're about to discuss is the perfect example of this mismatch between outdated advice and your current biology. So, what is this heart-healthy food you need to stop eating? It is vegetable oil, specifically industrial seed oils. I'm talking about the oils that have been sitting in your pantry for years: corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, canola oil. For decades, we were told these were the smart choice. We were told to swap butter for margarine and cook with corn oil to save our hearts. But here is the scientific danger that specifically affects seniors. These oils are incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, you need a tiny amount of omega-6, but the modern diet is drowning in it. When an older adult consumes excess omega-6, it drives inflammation. But it gets worse. Oxidation is essentially rusting. When the LDL cholesterol in your blood mixes with these vegetable oils, it oxidizes. Regular LDL is just a transport boat for fat. It's not necessarily bad. Oxidized LDL, however, is small, dense, and sticky. It burrows into your arterial walls. It accelerates plaque formation. It creates stiff arteries. And there is data to back this up. There was a fascinating reanalysis of a famous study called the Minnesota Coronary Experiment. Researchers went back and looked at the old data. They found that older adults who replaced saturated fats, like butter, with vegetable oils actually saw their cholesterol numbers go down. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Even though their cholesterol numbers dropped, their risk of death increased by 22%. How is that possible? Because they lowered the total number, but they increased the toxicity of the cholesterol that remained. They filled their cells with oxidized, unstable fats. Let me tell you about a patient named Margaret. She is 74. She followed every guideline. She cooked only with vegetable oil. She wouldn't touch butter. Yet her LDL kept rising from 118 to 162. She was terrified. Her doctor decided to try something different. He removed the seed oils. He replaced them with stable, age-appropriate fats. In just 12 weeks, Margaret's LDL dropped 28 points. She didn't change her medication. She just stopped feeding her body the oils that were rusting her insides. So if you toss the corn oil and the canola oil, what do? I have 3 specific solutions for you. Solution number 1, switch to stable fats. We need to give your body fats that resist oxidation. We want fats that are quiet and soothing to your arteries, not fats that create inflammation. Your best options are extra virgin olive oil. Use this for salads or drizzling over veggies. It is rich in polyphenols that actually protect the heart. Avocado oil. This has a higher smoke point, so if you're sautéing fish or chicken, use this. Grass-fed butter or ghee. Yes, in small amounts, these are safer for a senior's metabolism than corn oil because they are chemically stable. They don't oxidize the moment they hit the heat. Studies on the Mediterranean diet show that making this switch can reduce cardiovascular events by up to 30% in adults over 70. Solution number 2, eat cholesterol-clearing foods. Since your liver is slowing down, let's give it a helping hand. We need foods that act like a sponge, soaking up excess cholesterol in the gut before it gets into your blood. Oats, just half a cup a day, contains beta-glucan, which binds to cholesterol. Beans and lentils, these are fiber powerhouses. Ground flaxseed, try adding 1 tablespoon to your yogurt or oatmeal. These bind to bile acids, forcing your liver to pull cholesterol out of your blood to make more bile. It's a natural detox for your arteries. Solution number 3, time your fats properly. This is a tip almost no one talks about. After age 70, your digestion slows down in the evening. If you eat a heavy, high-fat meal at 7 or 8 p.m., that fat sits in your bloodstream all night long, raising your triglycerides. The fix? Eat your healthy fats at breakfast and lunch. Keep your dinner lighter. Think lean protein and steamed vegetables. Give your body a break before bed. Now, I want to be very clear here. If you are watching this and you are over 60, if you care about protecting your heart, your independence, and the future with your grandchildren, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I want to ask you a question. What is the #1 health concern keeping you up at night? Drop a comment below with your age and your concern. This channel exists for one purpose: helping you live longer, stronger, and with fewer medications. We're building a community here, and I want you to be part of it. Here is the truth that most seniors never hear from the media. You do not lose your health simply because of age. You lose it because your diet didn't adapt to your age. We try to force a 75-year-old body to run on the same fuel we used at 35, and then we wonder why the engine is knocking. By removing this one harmful category of heart-healthy oils and replacing them with stable, real foods, you are doing more than just changing a number on a lab sheet. You are reducing the risk of oxidized plaque. You are protecting your arteries. You are lowering the likelihood of hospital visits. And most importantly, you are preserving your independence. Your heart has carried you for decades. It has beaten for you through every joy and every sorrow. Now it needs smarter care, not outdated advice. Subscribe for more science-based guidance made specifically for adults over 60. Your future heartbeats depend on what you do next.